Would you like interviews to see you as the right fit for the role and offer you the job? You've come to the right place because in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to look like the right fit in an interview. Make sure you watch this video to the end to learn the 5 things you need to do to look like the right fit. Hi, I'm Jo Randolph and I'm a branding consultant that helps women become experts and leaders in the field they care about most. On this channel, I show you how to get the job you want and become an expert and leader in your field so that your career is something you love and supports the life you want. If you want to watch videos like this, come and join me and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. The fact that you're watching this video tells me that you have an interview lined up and you're a little bit nervous because in the past when you've done interviews, you have been told that you aren't the right fit. You've been rejected and you haven't really known why because it's not really clear to you exactly what it is that you need to do to look like the right fit. The challenge is when you go in for an interview, you know that you don't necessarily perform your best. When you get into the interview, you get nervous and you think, shucks, if only I had done things differently, maybe I'd have the job. So the big question is, how do you look like the right fit when it's very difficult for you to show up as yourself on the day? Well, let's first start with the number 1 mistake you want to avoid. And this is that you think being the right fit is simply about looking competent for the role. The point is that you worry that the whole purpose of the interview is to see whether you are good enough to be hired. But the reality is that the reason why they're interviewing is because they're looking for a match made in heaven. They're looking for the best person to fit in their organization. And by best, I don't mean simply that you are good at what you do, but that you really, really fit the organization. Now, the easiest way for me to explain this is for you to kind of think of relationships. I don't know what your relationship status is. I don't know whether you're married, single, or divorced, or whatever. But what I do know for sure is that you will know when you've been in a relationship with someone that wasn't the right fit for you. Even if in the beginning, there was sparks and there was excitement and there was love or just passion, the reality is that when something isn't quite right, then the relationship starts to break down. And when there are a lot of things that aren't right, then it's just really, really bad. That relationship's got to go, toxic, you just got to get rid of it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that companies don't want to make a mistake. They really want to hire someone that they can see fitting in their organization in the long term. They really don't want to make a mistake of being impressed by you in the interview and then only soon to find out later on that you aren't the right fit for the organization. And so once you understand that a fit isn't just about whether you can do the job or whether you're good enough for the job, but it's actually whether you will fit into the organization, then you'll actually start to be able to understand exactly how to look like the right fit. Now, I don't have enough time to go into all of this into depth today, but if you want to learn how to get more interviews and you want to pass your interviews and you want to get a job offer and increase your salary by up to 40%, then I totally recommend you try my free quiz that will show you exactly what you need to do differently to get the best job offer possible. To do this quiz, simply click on the link in the description box below. But for now, I'm going to share with you the 5 things you need to do to show that you are the right fit for the role. The first thing you need to do is to show that you are competent. However, like I said, though this alone isn't enough, that it is really important to show them over and over again that you can really do this role and you're really good at what you do. The second thing that you need to show is that you are creative and problem solving. Companies love employing people that are able to do the job, but what they also want to know is that if a problem comes up, if a challenge comes up, you can deal with it and you can be their superhero and you can come and save the day. Now, the reality is that if you are someone that needs to always be told exactly what to do and you don't solve problems, then even though you can be really, really good at your job or really, really good at one thing, you end up being someone that isn't really able to evolve or change or grow with the company. So it's really important that you are able to show that you are creative in the way that you think and you're creative in the way that you solve problems, because that brings the kind of freshness that they need in order for them to grow and achieve their business goals. The third thing they also like to look at is whether you believe in their vision and you fit their culture. Companies always have a mission, even though a lot of them sometimes it might feel like you're just working to get paid or they're just looking at achieving their business targets. Often there's a larger mission or vision at hand. And the more you believe in this vision and the more you are passionate and you care about it, the more you feel like you actually fit into this organization. You actually belong with this team because you are just as committed to making this vision come to reality. Now, this is an area that I feel a lot of people overlook, and yet it's so, so important. And I find it quite funny because the easiest way for me to explain it is to ask you to imagine someone that wanted to work for a fitness company. So I wanted to work for a fitness company, and I did work for a fitness company in tech. And it's kind of like if a fitness company is interviewing people to come and work for the organization, maybe they're looking for, let's say, a marketing person, which I was, and I still am a marketing person at heart. You know, the reality is that if someone comes in for a marketing role and they say, I'm amazing at marketing and I can do this job and I'm creative and I can solve problems, but they don't have a passion for fitness, they don't like working out, they don't really believe in health and wellness, they kind of just believe in living life and, you know, just chilling and not exercising, then they won't actually fit into the organization. So by actually showing an interest in the culture and in the work that they're doing and showing a passion for it, you're actually showing that you belong here. And the fourth thing you also need to think about is also being a good team fit. Now, it's really, really, really important that whoever you talk to throughout the interview process, that you get along with them. And the reason being is they want to see and think about whether you are someone who will bond well with people at all levels. So it doesn't matter whether you're talking to a receptionist, doesn't matter whether you're talking to the cleaner, doesn't matter whether you're talking to someone who is below you in hierarchy, you know, in terms of your field, or whether you're talking to someone who is your peer or more senior than you, or as a CEO or as a director. If you can show that you can actually bond and connect with everyone at every level, then it actually shows that you're someone who is more likely to have good conversations within the company and is more likely to be effective at the role and isn't someone who is going to irritate the people that they already have at the company. And then the fifth thing that you need to show is that you have a great attitude. There is nothing worse than hiring someone who has a stinky, smelly, annoying attitude. And by this, I mean someone who complains, is negative, doesn't really contribute much, doesn't really want to do the work. If you show that indirectly, such as through some of the words that you choose in your interview, such as the way that you dress, such as the things that you do, if you show that, then you are actually giving companies a red flag, because they're thinking, oh my gosh, this person doesn't really want to work, this person wants to do the minimum work possible, or this person doesn't have the right attitude, they talk negatively about other people. We don't want someone like that in our organization. And so it's really important that you have a genuinely, and that's a key word, a genuinely positive attitude. So when you go into a new job, whatever job you go into or whatever job you're in now, even if you're going through a really difficult time, to still think positively, to still show up with, you know, light in your eyes, and to do your best and to always try and honor your work and be proud of the work that you do. And if you show that you have an amazing attitude, then you will always shine brighter than other candidates who don't look like they have a great attitude. That's it. Those are the 5 steps to looking like the right fit. If you want to learn more about how to get more interviews, pass your interviews, and get a job offer and negotiate a salary increase of up to 40%, then I totally invite you to try my free quiz, and the link is in the description box below, where you can learn exactly what you need to do differently to get your best job offer. So yeah, just click on the link in the description box below. I really hope you liked this video. If you found it useful in any way, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, what's one thing you are going to do differently in your next job interview? Please leave a comment in the box below. I'd love to read it. I love reading your comments. And anyways, I shall speak to you again soon. All right, bye.